Yes. Soon enough, you will forget.
Hello, good evening. I'm Chase, and I will be your storyteller for Prince William. Let me introduce our wonderful vampires.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I go by Alnestra, and I am playing Sarah Strong.
Hi, everyone. I am Shassidy. I go by the Risa Rave on all social media, and tonight I'll be playing Blanka Rosa.
Evening, family. My name is Michael Walsh. I go by Venture1399 on the interwebs. I will be playing Carlisle J. Milliner.
Good evening, everyone. I am David Legan, aka Sylvanov the Dark Druid, and I will be playing the part of Sergiu Cel Tradot this evening.
Excellent. So let's start off with a little housekeeping. Everyone would like to rouse for the night?
No.
Sure. You better fucking rouse.
And then if you also want a blush of life, also give me that.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. So we failed the rouse check.
I passed
But
both rouse and I am blushed of life.
Yes, but we passed the blush of life.
Okay.
I am at 2 hunger. I am flush of life.
Interesting. Okay. And then we haven't done this in a while, so who has talked to their touchstone within the last month? Oh, dang.
The last couple of days.
Talk during contact.
I would say
will
How
talk
do you
to.
define it?
I would say a lengthy, like a text message wouldn't be enough. Like you would have to like have a conversation on the phone or be face to face, like observing
Spend time with.
Well,
No.
that's the difference. Because I had a face to face, I didn't have an actual conversation.
That's fine. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, mine woke me up, so
Perfect.
we talked.
Excellent. So this night is going to be like a couple of nights after the vignette where Damien has expressed a certain level of dissatisfaction, we'll call it, with the Coterie's actions, with the bombing of the Thinbloods and all the mess that we have made. So various throughout the night, you have all gotten cryptic messages, whether it be by text message, a letter, to meet at the Three Monkeys. Damien.
Okay. I'm
Sarah?
on my way.
Sarah, we'll start with you since you're already there. What does a typical night look like for Sarah?
A typical night looks like, first of all, when she wakes up, she gets in contact with Joe. Joe is the day chef at the Three Monkeys. Well, day chef, night chef, all-around chef at the Three Monkeys. He is a ghoul who handles most of Sarah's business during the day and ensures that Sarah is well fed. So he is her source, let's say. Not necessarily she eats from him, but that he provides for her. His role is hunter or gatherer and ensuring that she is stocked.
Beautiful.
And so when Sarah wakes up, She communicates with the kind staff that are available, so she blushes frequently at the Three Monkeys. It's one of the reasons why she has to have a stock on hand, and she makes sure that Joe is aware of her needs. And when she doesn't have Joe available, she does go hunt for herself.
An important piece. Are you closing down the Three Monkeys for a private guest, or are you keeping it open?
No, this would be closing it down for a private guest. Based
Okay.
on the text message received, Joe is well aware of said person's particular taste, palates, and desire for food, as we have served him before. So he is
It's okay.
preparing
You can say
that.
predilections.
Yes, he is preparing that particular meal.
Beautiful. Sergiu, would you be the type of kindred that would show up extremely early, or on time, or late?
I think Sergiu would likely not be on time, though not present. Would
Okay.
likely be in the vicinity observing to see the comings and goings.
Cool. What do you drive?
I don't.
Okay. So you're just outside of the Three Monkeys,
I've been dropped off probably down the street at request. I will meander around town and probably within a block sight of the corner where the Three Monkeys is, so that I can see who comes and goes. Likely will have been there a good hour in observing.
Cool. Mr. Milliner. Sorry.
Wrong am.
Wrong again.
Wrong am.
What does tonight look like for you?
Normally, it's rather morbid. His haven is actually a studio apartment at the Pierce Funeral Home. And he doesn't have any active lights in there. The only light he has, he keeps in the bathroom every time he gets up in the evening. He goes in to shave because he actually has a full head of hair and a 5 o'clock shadow that runs down his neck. So every evening he is on point,
Are you
taking
making
care
fun
of
me,
himself. I shit you not, sir. This is how Carlisle is from day one. Look up his history. Anyway. This evening, however, he does check in with his new embracee, Rich Petty, that he recently embraced. So he is keeping tabs on him. And then he would be receiving his messages and heading over to the Three Monkeys inside the blacked out Chrysler 300.
Perfect. Blanka.
Yes. So Blanka would wake up and she would check her garden, make sure everything is running smoothly, look at the various inventory and different things for the business of the flower shop that is beneath the garden. And then she would get dressed, very similar outfit to what I'm wearing now. Having received her messages through text, she would, I imagine she would know of Damien's name and what comes with that, and be a little bit concerned. And then would likely shoot a message to Sara and ask her if she received a message from Damien to meet at the Three Monkeys tonight.
Oh, you're part of the party, is the text back.
she will say yes in the affirmative, and then a following text saying "see you there" with a winky face emoji, and then she would proceed to let her people know where she will be, to keep an eye out on the garden, and always keep their eyes open before having going into her room, her little office area, where there is a small fridge, and she will fill her flask with a gift that she received, and then she will proceed to leave with Jorge to the Three Monkeys.
While you go to get Jorge, you get a message from Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's trying to buy flowers directly from you.
She's going to take a swig of that drink that she has there, to clear up that hunger that she did not pass in her rouse check, if that's okay. If that's allowed, then she will proceed to the front of the shop to see who it is that's looking for her.
You see a red coat.
Okay. Is this who I think it is? Is this Jude?
Oh, it's for sure Jude.
Okay, cool. So she'll come out. She'll come out fully rather than kind of peeking around the corner. She'll come out fully, and greet him. Jude, welcome.
Hello, Blanka. I'm not really good at this. I need for people getting well, they like to have flowers, right?
Yes, they do. Male or female?
It doesn't matter, does it?
It does. He'll notice there's a slight sway to her movements as she's like, it's very subtle, but she's also kind of smirking at him a little bit of like, oh, Jude's giving someone flowers, but yes, male or female?
I don't see how it matters.
Well, at the very least, what is their personality like?
A lot like mine.
Oh, all right. Well, would you consider them a friend?
You're thinking. I think that they are, yeah.
Okay.
Or a close approximation.
Right. Do you happen to know if they have a preference of colors? No. All right, well, and with that, she will look about the shop for a moment. And one of the things that will be noticed about the shop itself is that it's filled with flowers, but they're very, how do you say it, like basic flowers, something that you would see in literally any flower shop. Nothing particularly unique about the flowers within here. And then she will turn to Jude and just sort of give him a gesture of like, follow me, as she goes up the back staircase that leads up to the actual garden. And if he'll follow,
Yeah.
she'll bring him into the garden where there is all kinds of flowers, exotic things that are definitely not, natural to Prince William. There are various poisonous flowers, and carnivorous flowers, I guess you would call them as well. Different kinds of vegetation. And there is the slightest scent. It's like a sweet rot. And it's really subtle. Kind of clouded by all the other flowers. But you can just barely get a sense of it. With that, she will actually grab a already potted Venus flytrap and then hand it to him.
Is there care instructions for this?
Yes, and from there she'll give him a smile because she finds it almost a little bit humorous that like Jude is really out here giving somebody gifts, giving flowers. But she doesn't want to blow up his spot, doesn't want to embarrass him. So she will give him a little card that has all the instructions necessary for taking care of this particular plant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, and I heard there's going to be a guest. I'm going to be speaking with Damien or somebody close to Damien, and I'm going to be doing that in the hospital. And then I heard there's going to be another meeting for all of you.
Oh yes, we all received a message, me, Sara, and I imagine the others, to meet at the Three Monkeys. Will you be all right with whomever this person is?
I think Jude will crack a smile, and I have plenty of extra hands to help me.
I remember. Well, do you mind... Actually, scratch that. Who is it that this gift is for?
Someone personal.
Ah.
And Jude will cut you a look like, don't fucking say another word.
Okay. She will absolutely smile at him, and then she will proceed to walk back down to the shop. And as they're walking down to the shop, she'll say, "You know, Jax was in here the other day looking for flowers for a friend too. I wonder if she knows."
Jude will take out a little notebook and just write something down.
And with that, she will then say, "By the way, thank you very much for the gift. It's very sweet of you."
Jude will immediately just walk away.
Full giggles happen from Blanka. She allows him to leave. Doesn't say anything more, and then we'll tell Medusa to lock up so that no one else can come into the shop. And from there, she will leave with Jorge to the Three Monkeys.
Cool. Miller, I think you get there a little bit first.
I'd assume so. I don't really have anything holding me up.
Mm-hmm.
So Sara and
Step out of the
Jules
vehicle.
rearranging the Three Monkeys.
When you step out of the vehicle, can you make me a wits awareness, and then Dave, if you'd be so kind to make me a stealth and dex, please.
Fantastic.
3 successes.
Three versus what, Dave? 2? Okay. Would you like to describe your character for the first time?
Sure. Nonchalantly, probably across the street, looking into a window of a closed business. A gentleman, about 5'6", 5'7", mediocre stature, not really anything to note. Dressed oddly in a very nice pair of slacks and dress shoes, but oddly a black with blue floral Hawaiian t-shirt. Constantly seems to look over a shoulder towards the direction of the Three Monkeys. Clearly, Carlisle has seen people be observant and trying not to be, and that's what this individual looks like.
Clock it.
Hello, just looking for a couple moments. Decide to make a beeline towards the individual. Hands slip into his trouser pockets. Evening.
Good evening.
Anything I can help you with? Possibly. You seem lost.
I am not lost, Mr. Milliner. Yes? Your description was quite accurate.
I'm happy people pinpointed me. I can't say I have the pleasure of you, though.
Not as yet.
Carlisle Milliner, and he would extend out a hand.
There would be a pause and a long, lingered look at the extended hand. In his left hand is a long string of, for lack of a better term, beads that look of carved bone in the shape of skulls that he keeps thumbing. He pauses and then slowly takes your hand and shakes it. Mr. Tradot. Sergiu Cel Tradot.
What do you prefer to go by?
I assume it depends on the situation. Currently, standing here on the street, Sergiu finds itself adequate.
Well, for the moment, let's call it adequate to call me CJ. I notice you keep looking over your shoulder. Any particular reason?
I intend to attend the establishment.
Did you have an invite?
Did I need one?
Normally after a certain time.
The sign says open.
And it does.
I was curious as who was here or coming and going, if it was safe or welcoming as rumor would have it.
Could I make a check, since I normally deal in kindred and kind for business up close and personal, just to see if I catch any telltale signs off of him as far as if he's even attempting to.
Yeah. Dave, were you Blush of Life?
Yes.
So you both
Warm,
were both Blush of Life. So
pulse,
you're both warm, pulse.
Blinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you have any auspecs or anything?
I have auspecs, but I don't have anything currently up.
Okay. If you want to use like a heightened senses to you would still clock like biological movements which are happening, or if you want to do
I think I'll do sight to see if I see like any pulsing of veins around his eyes, his neck.
I was gonna say
things that should be natural in kind but not forced.
Right. Also, you could do an insight check, because you do dealings with kind. You would know, like, from the hints that he's dropping, maybe ghoul or kindred.
Do insight. Insight, and what would you like?
A wits.
Sure. 2.
2. Dave, give me a manipulation and subterfuge, please. If you're trying to hide it. If you're not, you can give CJ as much information as you want.
Okay.
You get a little Morocco over there.
What you will notice, the Morocco was less than useful, and not worth burning willpower. what you'll notice is that beneath the exterior of flesh, there are very striking bone structures that kind of stand out. Even the feel of the hand seemed dense for its look. Maybe even stronger than what sight would dictate. For as meager as the outward appearance of this person, the hand, the look of bone structures, musculature seems unnervingly correct. Almost perfect.
I would take a moment to look him over. Do you happen to be new to the area? You don't seem familiar around here, and I tend to frequent this establishment often.
I do not frequent the public.
The public?
He casually looks about.
Blanka, I would say Jorge is pulling in, and you can see Milliner and Sergio speaking on the street.
Mm-hmm. Do I have a clear view? Like, are they underneath a street light, or, would I have a clear line of sight?
It's across the street from the parking lot of the
this
front of the Three Monkeys.
Okay.
Just looking at a business that was closed hours ago. Or I was.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is there a role I can do to maybe see who this person is?
Yeah, give me a wits insight.
Okay. Wits and insight. Alright, here we go.
You are frequented here, CJ?
I do. My cousin actually owns this establishment.
Your cousin? Yes.
Yes.
And if I'm not incorrect, you are a man of the law.
I wouldn't call it law. Some people call me an ambulance chaser. I believe that's your interpretation of it.
Not my interpretation at all. You are a solicitor.
Looking for representation?
No. I have no need of such.
Dave, let me ask you a quick question. I'm sorry. Does Sergio, how famous or infamous are they with the Tremor?
Ooh. Known? Probably with some infamy.
Yeah, Blanka, you recognize that description? A couple of the chantry, people with power will be look out for shady characters, and then describe this person right here. You don't exactly know why they're not well liked among the chantry, but they're not on their good list.
Okay. I am going to step out of the vehicle. I'm going to shoot a quick text message to Sara. Actually, before I step out, I will send the message to Sara first. CJ out on the street with someone, possibly a problem. And then I will send another text message to CJ that says, unliked by the chantry.
His phone would buzz. Excuse me.
And then I would
please.
step out of the car.
No. Do you always insult people you speak to with interruptions from those things?
Well, I do have a business to run.
Polite conversation. Was that so taxing or uninteresting that you would rather that?
I'm going to say taxing, no, but I am an attorney for a hospital, and it could be a situation of life or death. So, forgive me, but I don't know you from Hillbilly Jim, hence
But you
I am
took
going
it
to check
upon
my
yourself to cross the street away from your own intentions to bother me, a complete stranger standing across the street, yet you engage me in conversation, yet to be interrupted by this.
I wouldn't call it a bother. I was just coming over to see if you required any help or actually required an invite.
I see.
Can I be friendly? Can't we be cordial?
We were being
Sure.
friendly and cordial until you decided that my attention was not worthy of yours.
Your attention, no.
Very well.
My
Please,
business,
by all
yes.
means, attend to your thing.
Sergiu, the voice in your head, your sire, lesson after lesson, painful lesson about manners,
Yes.
etiquette.
Yes.
They're drilled in your head. You cannot forget them. Like, this is something you might hold on to.
There is purpose this evening, my friend. We will see to it first.
Well, I would hope so, and I hope we can continue the friend dialogue back and forth. Would you care to step inside? Perhaps I can introduce you around.
You have made it clear what is more important to you. Please see to your business. I will attend
Oh, I already
myself.
checked
Thank
it.
you.
I already checked it.
Blanka, what did you have?
I was going to. Do I see that things are getting kind of heated?
My body
Between the
language is
two?
not unreadable.
You saw
Okay,
a
that's
phone
that's
just
what I
going up
mean.
for a moment, and then dialogue. Just
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
That's what I want to know. Okay, so Blanka will walk over, and she'll walk over and she will greet CJ, Mr. Milliner. Good evening. And who is this? And
Why,
she will turn
hello,
herself so
Miss
that
Rosa.
she fully looks at Sergiu.
Miss
Can
Rosa,
I? Yes.
allow me to introduce Sergio.
Sergio.
Sergio. Forgive
Sergio.
me.
Sergiu, it's lovely to meet you. And she will give him a little, like, just a slight bow, kind of incline of her head. Upon looking at him, I don't want to let this go, because I think I know what he is, and I want to know if there's a role in which I can find a way to confirm that.
Wits or intelligence and occult.
Okay. All right. Wits and...
While she's waiting, Sergiu, you recognize her. You know, you have detailed notes. You have a dossier from Damien on her.
Okay. And you said intelligence?
Intelligence or wits.
Oh, intelligence or wits. Okay. Cool. Hell yes. That's 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yes.
You heard rumors, like, you're not quite sure of the clan. Like, so you've heard dragons, you've heard flesh crafters before, but you don't really know a lot about them.
Right. Okay, so with that firmly in mind, I will put a hand on CJ's shoulder and just give it a slight squeeze, in hopes that he understands of me being like, don't fuck with this guy. And then she will look back at Sergiu and say, how can I help you, sir?
As yet, I am not sure, but I was expecting to see you, Miss Rosa.
Oh, are you someone who is here in place of Sir Damien?
Exchanges glances between Milliner and Rosa. You are both quite forward in open spaces.
I did
see.
invite you inside. The invitation is still there.
I accept. Please lead the way. This is not the place for such talk.
I agree.
Blanka will start moving into the
Turn and head inside.
three monkeys, yeah.
There, you see all three enter.
Blanka looks right at Sara and is like trying to give her the eyes of like, bitch, what the fuck? And definitely like a warning glance of like, I don't know what brought this person here, but be on guard.
Entering behind
Welcome.
Blanka and CJ, Sergiu will quickly assess anything in sight. People, places, exits, entrances. Where's the
So you would
restroom?
notice-
Stairs, you name it. He's cataloging the place as he enters.
So you notice stairs up, stairs down, and by the stairs down, there's the hallway to the washrooms. There's the door to the kitchen behind the bar. We're in an open space with booths lining the walls and tables in front. There has been a few tables arranged together. There is no kind left in the building. What Sara and Joe have done is they've enacted the special guest protocols. There are some interesting smells coming from the kitchen as Joe is preparing.
You are, of course, Miss Strong.
I am Sara Strong.
This is your place, as
It
I
is.
understand it. And all are welcome.
All are welcome.
Hospitality
We do-
extended.
Yes, hospitality is extended.
I was quite looking forward to your gifts as a sommelier.
I will happily be of service.
What you got?
Hearing that and my extended dealings with the La Sombra, did I make an insight check to try to figure out what this individual is?
Sure. Give me a cult and either intelligence or wisdom.
Could I use
Or
politics?
not wisdom. Yeah, sure. Give me a politics politics intelligence.
4.
Yeah, you've dealt with plenty of La Sombra, and they talk about having packed priests, adductus, crazy things, and you think they could be anti-tribute, if anti-tribute's still a thing, that's a hot topic among Sabbat. But they could be Tzimitze, especially with the covetous weird etiquette rules that they're having.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never actually met one.
Yeah, like what you know about them is just 100% hearsay. You don't know anything like substance, anything deep.
A somber hearsay.
Sergiu Cel Tradot, Madame Strong, I will avoid your other name. Your hospitality is appreciated. I would greatly enjoy a beverage. Your servant, is he here?
Yes, he is cooking. Would
Excellent.
you like some food to go with your beverage?
Not as yet. Are there others expected? I was assumed, or I was told there would be others.
I'm not sure which others. I've
Oh,
only been receiving a text.
You are most aware, Mr. Grillo, Mr. Lennox, Miss Coule, Miss Collie, and Miss Dearie.
Oh,
Have I failed to mention anyone other than Mr. Germain?
I am unaware.
I'm sorry, out of
all
character.
the-
Dr. Germain? Dr. St. Germain? Okay, you put respect on that name.
I've been waiting
I'm sorry,
for
you
that
can
for
continue.
He
so
earned that
long.
shit.
8 years in post-grad, damn it, call me doctor.
I'm sorry, Sarah. You can go ahead.
You're not sorry. You're not sorry.
I'm none aware of their invitations for tonight. How may I assist you? Would you like to sit at the bar table?
It is your establishment, your domain. I am at your whim.
Then maybe we shall sit here in the middle of the area so that I may help serve you the best. My stock is mostly here.
As you see. He relaxes his body language a little and allows others to seat and waits to be shown whatever seat he should take.
I will sit at the head. Carlisle will sit to my right. You may sit to my left, and Blanka will sit beside her.
Yes. I have a question about Sergiu. Is his body language fluid, or is there more of like a robotic movement to him, like
It is nearly
more stiff?
ballet-like. Every motion is practiced. There's no stutter, no twitches.
Okay. Blanka will sit down. And I'm assuming there's like glasses that are on the tables.
Yes, Joe
Already?
and I prepare.
Okay, so then Blanka will pour her drink from her flask into her glass, and just kind of lean back and very intently watch Mr. Sergiu here.
Joe's gonna yell back from the kitchen, "Hey, do you guys want some music? Because this is really fucking awkward in here."
You can put on whatever you want, and if you wouldn't mind, I'll take my usual.
You got it, boss.
Thank you, sir.
TG just hit some random on the stereo.
Sergio,
You'll
if I
notice
may ask,
it's a quite eclectic mix of eras in the jukebox.
Yeah, I think Goodbye Horses is playing.
No.
you seem to know a lot about us. Forgive me. I like to know about my present company.
As I have said, I am Sergiu Cel Tradot.
Yes.
I am the advocate of my lord, the Archon Damien.
Ah, fellow advocate. Any particular business you tie into?
Yes, yours. All of yours. As it is
I mean,
keen interest of my lord.
I mean occupation. Like, I'm an attorney.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Do you have an occupation beyond serving Damien?
I have no need of occupation beyond the service of my lord and his desires.
Okay.
As of this evening, I am simply his voice.
Well met. It's good to meet you.
Sara takes a good sniff of the gentleman seated beside her so that she can obtain the correct vintage for his cup. Make sure that she understands that. I don't know if you want me to roll anything. But
Yeah.
otherwise,
Roll a... Give me a wits in either investigation or... I even say performance. Like, this is an art for you. Our craft.
There is not a moment that Sergiu is not going through the motion of working through his beads.
Yeah, and I think the mood at the table and the juxtaposition of the 80s pop in the background and the heavy, the almost terrifying words coming from the Archon, knowing that Damien has wanted to speak with all of you and is not here, because usually he's here. This is foreboding at best. 6 successes, you get exactly Sergiu's taste. It is morbid. It is something that had a lot of fear, a lot of adrenaline, a lot of mixed emotions.
fire. So she'll pull the appropriate bottle, which matches the best based on her limited stock. It is near perfect, but not perfect. Understanding that her stock has been greatly depleted in the last little while, and so she's building it up slowly. She will make sure she brings Mr. Milliner something for himself, and she will bring one of her bottles for herself. Place the 3 bottles to the right.
Javier just said he's back, and if it's not too late for him to join us, he would like to join us.
No, we could do that. Let's finish out this, pouring the scene, getting the drinks, and then we'll have them in.
Excellent.
Cool. So, Sara, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So she is placing the bottle on the right side in a formal setting, in the appropriate place on the table, as after she has poured the first. She's being very formal about this. This is practiced. This is understood to be a formal occasion. She is hearkening back to the days of when she was a ghoul and serving at formal dinners. And so this is coming off extremely practical.
You would say that it's extremely noticeable, this change in her behavior?
Yes, you would notice that there is a definite formality that you have not regularly seen from Sara.
Okay.
This is definitely new to Blanka. Blanka has never seen this. However, Carlisle has, on occasion, seen glimpses.
Given the sort of tension that is within the room and kind of the changes that she's noticing, especially in Sara's behavior, Blanka will likely sit a little straighter, kind of become a lot less lax than she normally is when she's within the three monkeys, and mimic that kind of more proper behavior.
She provides Sergei with, I believe this is to your taste. Would you like a sniff?
Sergei, you bring it up to your nose, and you can hear your sire. Oh, this reminds me of the old country when my grandsire would snatch babies from their mothers.
Oh, loud! There's a response. Babies embraced would only sweeten the cup.
Carlisle would pick up his glass and say, "To our guest."
To a most excellent host. Thank you. Sergiu would literally drink half of the glass in one long, languid, eyes closed, savoring it as if it was the nectar of gods, ambrosia.
While his eyes are closed, Blanka's going to share a look with the three, trying to be like, "What? Do you have any context for this?" But yeah, she'll share a look with the three, like, "Okay."
Cool. And with that awkward moment, we're gonna take our break. All right. Now we're back. I think Little Nas X Rodeos is now playing. The mood is still eerie, foreboding. Sara just set drinks very ceremoniously in front of everyone, and then you hear the door, and Joe's like, "Hey, I wasn't expecting you to be here." Hi, that's you.
Good evening. I heard there was a meeting.
Javier, welcome.
There's a slight look over his shoulder to catch an eye at who's entering. Mr. Grillo.
Good evening, and you are...
Sergiu Cel Tradot.
Good evening. Javier Grillo.
Yes.
Extend my hand.
He will actually stand, turn, gives you a good look. Are you blushed? Doubly so?
And you would notice that there is a boutonniere pinned to my guayabera. Flower. So, lily.
He will take your hand. One would expect to be on time for Lord Damien.
What are the internal thoughts that are going on in Javier's head as he's already being accosted.
Well, Javier's patient, so he would take that in for a moment. He wasn't told who he was meeting. He was just told to show up. So, I'm kind of curious what's going on, basically. That's where my head's at.
Sergiu would shake your hand. He seems warm, has color in his cheeks, blinks, the whole nine. Seems to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then with his other hand, which is constantly wrapped about a bead string of what looks like carved skulls, motions to the table.
Apologies for my tardiness. It helps when you know whom you're supposed to meet, to give them the consideration that they are definitely due. And he would sit down.
Believe Lord Damien made it clear.
I
He
would
take
like
his seat again.
to activate premonition.
Let me arouse.
Okay.
Woo-ha! Premonitions.
Yeah. So just arouse, right? Okay. Ooh, success.
You don't get any hungrier. And then, do you know what the roll for it is?
Yes, resolve and aspects.
You would do a resolve aspects for me, please.
So that is... Okay, so
before you give me the results of the roll,
okay.
What are you using a premonition on when you're trying to force this premonition?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I suppose I'm trying to see the intent and perhaps possibilities in terms of outcomes for the group now that this particular person is here. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I'm just gonna look at the power right quick because I'm not sure if you have to have like a focus.
It's a passive one, so I guess it's something that is like just as it comes.
I knew I can give you one, or you can force one, and it's under aspects, correct?
Yes. If it's okay. Yeah, I want to see.
Okay, sure. The room falls out beneath you, and you see red. It is danger. Like, you feel it in your bones. You know that this is danger if you don't play your cards right. And it makes sense. Sergiu is speaking for Damien. Damien is an Archon. With a single word, Damien could have the whole Coterie killed.
Okay. All right.
I will say, you in your premonition also get an olive branch. It's charred. But maybe there could be peace. Maybe there's a way to bridge this.
Okay. Mr. Sergiu? Is that how you pronounce it?
Sergiu.
Yeah. Sergiu. What is this particular meeting about? In what way can we...
The House of Marcus.
Oh. would I know, ST, would I know that was the Wall Street house or no?
Not unless you confronted Miller or like did some investigations.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, you would be in communication with Ruth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, you would know.
Okay. Yes. In what way would Damien like to rectify that situation?
We move too fast in the conversation, Miss Rosa.
Forgive me.
Mr. Grillo, I have no doubt that you come with hunger. Miss Strong is an excellent host.
I already know Mr. Grillo's tastes. I quickly bring the appropriate bottle. Another glass, as I was not expecting him.
As that's happening, I'm going to, because she's not at the table, I'm going to look at CJ. And I sort of want to sort of clue him in on, like, this is major danger. This is serious. And hopefully he'll understand that from the kind of very quick expression of not fear, but just like worry, severe worry. And then it vanishes again and she just looks calm.
CJ, roll me a wits insight, see if you pick up that.
I would like the same roll
Absolutely.
as I've constantly looking at each of them.
Yeah, you could get an insight too.
As I go to get the drink from Rio, I'd like to sense the unseen and see if there is others already at the drink. I do this regularly.
CJ, yes.
Critical success.
You do notice. Sergiu, you notice there are obvious signs of they're doing, you don't know exactly what it is, but you know that they're talking without words. Sara, yes. Javi, did you bring any passengers with you?
Any passengers?
Yeah.
No.
Just a little, little necklace in my pocket. I keep it close.
Not to mention your over-the-shoulder monkey.
Well, I mean, we all need friends, right?
She's using Auspex to sense the unseen. She can see.
Go ahead and describe
unseen passenger.
Both of those, Mr. White and your other passenger.
So, I don't actually know how to describe a wraith, so
they would typically resemble what the person is that you remember.
Oh,
and they would enforce their own residual ideas on. So take that into consideration.
So are we talking like Force Ghost here? Kind of.
Yeah.
Not to cross the streams, but generally.
Yeah.
All right. So, Javi would have Mr. White in tow. You would see a shadowy form, slender man in a white suit, hair slicked back. Generally looked officious. The other individual would be in a dark suit with shoulder-length dark hair, and features would be old, but not... doesn't look like anybody. It's just kind of... There are features there, but it's not very nondescript.
Does anybody have anything else that Sara should see with Sense the Unseen?
I don't think so, at least.
Not
Sara,
active.
if there's a Nosferatu in here, they would have to be like their level of obfuscation would have to be superb to unheard of.
Sergiu
Which I
has
fully expect Damien to have, so I'm just going to turn off Sense the Unseen very quickly.
Sergiu has a nearly onyx aura with big lightning flashes of red.
I'm going to turn on Oblivion Sight, please.
Sure.
I would like to scan the room.
I don't know why that just made me feel like I swallowed a bunch of ice cubes.
I just need a rouse for that. I don't have to roll as well, right?
You shouldn't have to rouse
Oblivion
for
Sight
Oblivion
is for
Sight.
free.
Oh, okay. So,
You do have I believe there's a roll of just like observing.
oh, okay. So a wits and awareness then?
That'll suffice.
Okay. Do I use my Oblivion pool for that roll?
Do Oblivion plus wits.
Have I told you guys lately that I love you all?
Don't do that. Don't. Don't lie to me.
5. Similar to Sara, if you think there's a you know what you brought. You don't see anything extra on anyone else, and if there is something that is in touch with Oblivion or Shadow, like it has to be amazing at hiding to be underneath your underneath your notice.
Very well.
Anybody else doing any disciplines to see to? No one wants to live deliciously and rouse the
No, I'm
blood.
not looking to anger a guest.
Okay.
Apparently, if I pick up a cell phone, it pisses him off. So I highly doubt throwing on the fucking headlights is gonna,
Cool. So that's what everyone sees, and we can continue conversation.
Sarah comes back to the table, provides the bottle in the same service manner. Exactly, very, very formal. You've rarely ever seen Sarah serve like this before. This is from serving at family dinners for ages and ages, and all of it is coming back, and
Sergiu
everything
is
is perfect.
obviously watching her with quite interest.
Yeah, this would be reminiscent of when you're being served at the big family dinner that you went to, and the ghouls would move exactly as Sarah's moving now.
Then she returns to her seat at the head of the table, as this is her domain.
Sergiu picks his glass up, notions in Sarah's direction, and simply nods. Mr. Grillo, what is your progress?
On.
Come, Mr. Grillo.
I'm a busy man. I have many projects. To which are you referring?
Your work at the Marrakesh.
Ah,
I don't mean your guns.
very well. I would reach in my pocket and pull out the handkerchief with the medallion on it, and I would open it so that he could see, and I would say, "It's well in hand," and I would close it and put it in my pocket.
Mr. Tradot would smile. Good. Mr. Milliner, the hospital, the efforts.
What of them?
Are they progressing as you had planned?
I believe I can speak for my head of the table, Dr. St. Germain, that things are currently well in hand. He is more hands-on with the medical aspects. I am more in charge of security and his liability end.
He told me you would speak for him. Good.
Absolutely.
Your threat to the circulatory. And he casts a glance between Milliner and Sara.
Yes. What
How
about it?
does it progress?
I wouldn't call it a threat as of yet.
What is needed?
Forgive me. I'm kind of confused about your questioning.
Go ahead.
I didn't know that you were part of the supply chain or information bracket. And speaking from advocate to advocate, it just seems kind of off par for the dealings that we've done before with the Archon. So, if there's anything that you would care to illuminate us with, that I would be better handling of answering your questions.
And I speak. I am not the Archon. I am not Damien. I simply speak. He knows of your efforts. Do you think it would go unnoticed?
Oh, absolutely not. However, he's just never shown a physical in-person interest.
Then his efforts have been well done. His entanglement here would not go well in the public. I'm sure,
As
Mr.
far as
Milliner,
actual-
you understand shell companies,
Oh, absolutely.
shadow
Everyone
interests.
needs a face, and everyone needs people pulling strings from behind. So, what you're saying is his interest is to have a stake in it. That's the point of it I'm trying to understand.
Do you think he doesn't already?
Well, seeing as how we're really the intermediary to a higher power, and this is slowly falling upon sect politics, that's why I have to question it. You are talking to an attorney here.
Oh, yes.
Got a quick button. If anybody wants to interject or intercede or comment, they're more than welcome.
Anything I want to say, I'm like too scared to say, so.
What's the worst that'll happen?
I'm sorry?
What's the worst thing that'll happen?
Okay. I think Blanka is going to. I'm going to stay quiet and continue to observe. Yeah. I don't know how to communicate my suspicions to the group without giving things away or making things worse. But I will look to Sara as sort of just trying to copy the same behavior in order to not make the situation more tense than it already is. So I'm just going to try to fall on that, because this is a bit out of my depth, and I feels like a bomb is about to go off.
If Sergio even wanted to do an insight check, he's literally trying to keep an open channel of communication, and he just wants to know how best to answer his questions, because literally this is coming out of left field.
Okay.
Unfortunately for Sara, she put a couple of things together. Internally, she fully is aware of Kyla Lupo and the fact that Kyla Lupo and Damien are from the same clan. And so she's about to become a little more honest than I think CJ is quite prepared for. What we need is a little bit of strength. What we need is the ability to protect ourselves when they notice. We are attempting to be as assertive as we should.
Sergiu?
I have questions. I have been asking them. They need to be answered. You're right, Miss Strong. You are all in a position where strength is needed. Allies are needed. The right ones. Your efforts and my lord's efforts are currently in alignment. Therefore, there is a vested interest in your continued progress or success.
Well, that's perfect to hear. I can tell you our current major holdup is a blood tax that is not only being enforced upon us, but since we have chosen not to pay at our higher-ups' discretion, is currently gaining interest. And that is slowly becoming a powder keg that is ever expanding.
Powder kegs are good when stored in the right conditions, a nice, cool, dark place. There are at least more than one dark spaces in this domain.
I hope to shove it away, since the match was struck upon it publicly against us.
Ooh, a match being struck. Fire. Being struck against us. There's contention here. There's the divide, the gap. We're all too busy. This elephant in the room that nobody wants to address.
Shit.
You've burned, bombed, and murdered your way to an ally's home. It did not go unnoticed.
CJ, Blanka, Sara, Javier, this is the first time that you realize that the Wall Street incident is referring to Sergiu or Damien's allies as being bombed, the Thinbloods and the Archon.
This is basically the first Javier's hearing of it. So
Okay.
about that incident, I can tell
What
you.
incident?
Allow me to explain. I actually did a full investigation on it for a third party, and I can tell you from my interviews, from the footage I've reviewed, and from the eyewitness testimony of outside parties spanning about a week. The initial explosion was caused by a
Molotov
extremely
cocktail.
Not exactly. It was more a canister that met, unfortunately, with a bullet in a millionth to one shot. So the actual intention of it was introduced because of said allies opening fire aggressively in public. So let's get that first explosion out of the way. From the documentation I personally looked over from the second two explosions, they came from the interior of the home, which were from different chemicals that were related to a meth lab. So, if anything, it was more freak accident that was initiated by said allies, unbeknownst to us, when it started as a simple information gathering session.
There was an attempt to speak to said allies.
Yes, your emissary, Miss Coule,
Yes.
who is not present.
That is unfortunate.
Please be at ease. My lord spoke to her directly.
And may I ask how that went?
No.
Fair enough.
Like, you kind of get the impression, like, Ruth's text messaging has been sporadic and kind of weird, and that kind of makes sense now that
Mm-hmm. Okay. Blanka takes a moment to take a sip of her drink and will look at Sergiu and say, yes, she attempted to speak with them. We were non-threatening.
She was non-threatening.
Well, we were all non-threatening until they began to shoot.
Would you not defend the Chantry?
Yes, if it was under attack. But it wasn't under attack. She went to their front door, told them we had no intent of hurting them, just wanted to speak. They retreated back into the house and began to open fire.
Sergiu, this is probably the first time you heard what actual words were exchanged between the two. If you do want to roll me a wits insight to see if she's telling the truth or not, you're more than welcome.
I absolutely think he would.
And if your master requires any documentation, footage, or anything I put together, I would be more than happy to present a copy.
Two? Blanka seems to be forthright in this information, seems to be very sincere.
My lord does not require documentation. He believes that you, sir, are an excellent example of your trade, as evidenced in our conversation.
don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not, but I will. I do have a question for you, however.
Yeah.
You say allies. We were investigating over there in the first place because of certain actions that have gone on in the past several weeks. So perhaps you can enlighten us as to some insight on what exactly was going on over there and why certain things were found in that house and Mr. Miller's frequency of in and out of that building.
It takes a moment to look at each of you gathered, seeing if he has person's attention. Allies. Mr. Milliner, the word I used and chose was our allies. Again, he looks around the room. My lord conveys that his allies may be your allies. You have common interests. As a show of faith, my lord has put considerable resources behind your efforts.
And I do appreciate that. I'm just trying to find out. I don't know if you actually felt the event that happened several weeks ago.
Everyone did.
Okay.
Everyone.
We have a significant belief that that's tied into the actions that are going on or were going on at home. Hence why the information gathering was attempted that evening.
You are not incorrect. You are not entirely accurate, but you are not incorrect.
So let's try to understand each other then. I don't have a problem giving info, but it is a two-way street. Since it is a business, and business is riding on this. So if you have any info, or if the Archon has info that they can relate to us about this in order for us to help go further on in our efforts, this is something that's definitely holding it up.
Information is definitely holding this up. I have yet to have my lord's questions answered.
What are those questions?
Please state them.
Miss Strong, your unique ability. Have you investigated the children?
No, I haven't. I don't
My
know where
lord
they are.
encourages you to do so.
I would have to find them.
If I may, just a
Sara is visibly distraught.
These children, do they have anything to do with the children from the farm?
He has this weird, almost hungry look. It's unsettling. Miss Rosa, I think your perspective needs altering. You misread me. The children, the twins, your dark dancers,
see.
Mr. Grillo?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you'd cleared your throat to gain attention. Please continue.
Blanka is looking to Sara on this, especially once he mentions the girls. She is also sharing a visible discomfort.
What would you like to know?
Been near the children. As far as their tastes, they're hard to determine.
But is more interested in their lineage. I believe Mr. Grillo has a plan.
I have some research that needs to be done.
Again, my lord offers his encouragement in your efforts.
Is your lord interested in both of the children, or one over the other?
I have been told they both have their use.
Yes. Yes, they do. I will be meeting them soon.
Our efforts are in alignment in this matter.
Yes. The extent of their use, I am unsure of.
They are murderers.
Well, most of us are.
Sergiu, do you have a cell phone?
No.
No? Okay.
Does the Three Monkeys phone ring?
Yes, the Three Monkeys phone does ring.
I get up and answer it.
As she does that, I am looking at the group here, and I will say to Sergiu, did you recently gain? No, that's not the right words. Have you recently seen a young man who is of my clan expressing fear of being watched? I'm interested in perhaps knowing if he has some sort of use for your lord.
Who is this person?
His name is Lucius. Lucian or Lucius? I want to make sure I get that correct.
Lucius.
It's Lucius. Okay. Lucius. He is a bright young man who serves the Chantry well. He expressed the feeling of being watched and was dipping into the realm of paranoia. I am close with a few of the Nosferatu, and he placed the blame on that paranoia on them. Said he was being followed by monsters. I don't share that same sentiment, but does he serve a use or a purpose for Damien?
My lord will hear the question. I will relay it. If there is an answer, it will be delivered.
Thank you.
Let me speak to him.
Yes, sir. Phone is for you, sir.
Excuse me. Stand up, takes the phone, and walks at least to where the two stairs are.
How is it going?
They are slow to understand.
Make them understand faster.
Yes.
Do I have to send Ashe?
No. But it is up to you. I will motivate.
You just hear a click.
He turns, walks back, hands the phone to Sara, taking his seat again.
Sarah returns to the table.
The owners of the House of Marcus and its entirety, its business dealings, its connections, its resources demands recompense.
And how does Damien or what does that look like for him? What would he like?
This is not my
recompense.
lord's demand.
It's the
Oh.
houses.
I see.
This is the demand of him that speaks for the Duskborn.
Would I have any knowledge of who that may be just from hearing whisperings from my people?
Roll me a charisma in politics.
Okay. Yikes, y'all. Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. You've heard like there was a Keats that was like they called the Thinblood Primogen, and then like now there's like this other person calling themselves that. You're not really sure.
I see. Okay. God damn it. Okay. Right.
So, of course, believe it or not, the lines of communication are open. And my office is always open to anybody, actually. I don't have a problem sitting down with anybody and figuring out terms, because obviously things went extremely sideways on Wall Street. Is there any way your lord could give us info on contact so we can rectify the situation accordingly? Because until this situation is figured out, you know, our dealings also tie into a passing. And until this issue is taken care of, that is interceding in our other business that you required information about, and it's taking away time and resources.
You hear the Three Monkeys door open.
Sergiu will simply
How may I
stand
help you?
mid-sentence.
Oh, hey, I'm a little late for the meeting.
And you are?
Oh, I'll shake your hand. I'm Ashe.
I shake his hand. Or her hand? Their hand.
Their hand, yeah. I'm like the Thinblood Primogen. That's what they call me.
Sergiu
working with
motion you
Damien
towards the
and
seat he just vacated.
Sergiu. You don't have to get up for me. That's fine.
No, please have a seat.
Sara will ensure that there is another chair brought to the table and ensure that we have enough space for all.
Blanka will adjust herself that way there's, making room. After having shaken Ashe's hand.
You get this weird sensation. There's so much life that has been brought to the room. And while they didn't say much, they seem genuinely sincere. Like every single word that they say.
Estina, this is a question, I guess, when Blanka had revisited Wall Street after the events with Milliner and Luke, there was seemingly an apparition, possibly not, but a being who maybe looks the same as this person, and I would like to know, I don't know if I need to make rolls, but I would like to know if maybe...
This does not remotely look like that boy.
Okay. With that, then, yeah. With that, then we'll.
Yeah, they have very angular, soft, like androgynous features, like pale green eyes, glasses, like an old trucker's cap, and it looks like just like Goodwill clothes.
Okay. All right.
May I get you a beverage?
Oh no, I'm good. I couldn't inconvenience you like that.
Ashe, is it?
Yeah.
Carlisle. Javier.
Carlisle.
Sara. Blanka.
So most of them are here. What about the others? What about Mel and Ruth? I liked Ruth. What, she not here?
I could send her a message, though I think...
No, that's fine. I mean, I brought her home brought her to the Chantry the other night.
Did you? That's very kind of you. I cannot speak for the rest of my group, but I will certainly speak for myself. I am sorry for what happened to your home, to your people.
Sergiu
it wasn't the intent.
Slyly takes a couple steps back behind and seems to blend in.
I'm gonna roll something right quick. Are you trying to be manipulative or
No.
or obfuscating anything, or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm genuinely sorry. Yeah.
Jude will actually go to take your hands.
Not Jude.
I'm sorry, Jude. Ashe will go to take your hands
I'll allow it.
and look you in the eye and say thank you, but we have to make this right for everyone.
Of course. I'd expect nothing less.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can you tell us how we can go about that?
Yes, we can give money to their families. We can give. I'm already on the. We're already getting our property back through Ruth. No one blinks at that.
So
I'm trying not to visibly show that I'm fucking.
I don't have a problem as far as recompense, but I do have a question, and that's going to weigh heavily upon what I can advocate for the family to offer. Since the provocation came from open gunfire in a public area after a conversation.
I've heard conflicting things. I heard that there were people surrounding the house and that they felt threatened. I that the actions and the presence and the words didn't align. So there was some
Why don't you tell me the conversation that you and Ruth had? And perhaps I can put a couple of puzzle pieces together.
It was really good. Ruth said that she went, she didn't wish anyone any ill will, that she was fired upon, and that that was pretty much it. She wound up trying to help someone pull them out of the smoke.
I'm sure she did. Did she happen to mention publicly opening with, "We know that you're Thinbloods"? That didn't set anybody off?
I'll show my hand. I have a crescent moon. I'm marked.
Can you clarify for me, as the newbie, what that represents?
Yeah, the crescent moon is being branded by the Camarillas, so that means I was forcibly branded as a Thinblood by the Camarillas.
I see. Okay.
So, again, I'm just going off of the investigation I conducted and the interviews with everybody involved except for, obviously, the individuals inside.
Yeah.
My sincere condolences. However, I don't feel it was 100% provocated based off of a simple conversation, and from the street cam footage that I witnessed, it wasn't really anything tactical or an attack or anything.
If I genuinely thought that you all were monsters and were full cell slaughtering Thinbloods, I would have just went with Damien's plan of Damien taking care of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I don't believe all of your monsters. I just want to make sure that you don't want to hurt Thinbloods just for what they are.
No, there was never any intention on that. In fact, and I look to Carlisle to just sort of be like, don't stop me from saying what I need to say here. The original plan really was simply to gather information. There was some involvement with my clan.
Oh yeah, with Miller?
Yes, that needed looking into.
Yeah, we were dealing, we had a deal worked out with Miller.
I see. Well, that was our original intention, was simply to find out what was happening there.
I can give you that. Yeah, we were getting elder blood.
Oh, elder blood.
We were looking for a book. We heard about it.
Yeah, Ruth hasn't. Ruth's going to get that back to us.
Interesting. There was a mention. I have pretty good hearing. Other than a book, that there was a person, a male that needed to be removed from the house. However,
was it Marcus? Marcus didn't make it.
I don't think so. I'm unsure. There was a lot going on, and there was an explosion of chemicals from within the house, from the basement, in fact.
Yeah, we were trying to do some experiments with the blood that was good.
Yes, I saw that. So, I am a florist. I have a business at the mall. There's a garden. It does tours.
I heard it's really nice.
Thank you.
Sergio leans forward to Ashe. They have received your gift of the flower.
Oh yeah, you got my flower. I heard you like flowers, so
I
thought
do.
it was I thought that would be a great gift.
I didn't know it was from you, but I
Yeah.
did appreciate that gift very much. You have great taste.
Yeah,
If I
and
can help in any way, please do tell me specifics. I am resourceful.
like I said, money to get the movement going. Basically, we're going to. I can speak freely, right?
Yes, I would
Really?
think so. I look to Sara like, think so.
It's not like I'm just making sure it's not bugged because I'm gonna be, like we need to get rid of. We need to enact Gehenna. We need to get rid of the Camarilla and then basically destroy the masquerade after that.
Oh. Well,
The forest has become overgrown and we're gonna burn it down.
I
But
certainly
we're
don't
gonna
disagree with you.
we're gonna not just gonna full sell just rip everything down. We're gonna also place something as well.
Oh, yes, no. A good purging is always important. Allows for new growth.
Oh, can you tell Damien the Nosferatu around here with the explosives aren't needed, please?
Miss Strong, may I use your phone?
I told him it was
me.
overkill, but like I would talk to you.
He again nods to the gathered persons, walks back to where he had set the handset, puts it up, again walks a modest to the stairwell again, and calls the number. There's a short conversation in some type of Slavic language before he hangs up. Walks back to the circle. I have relayed your message.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
But yeah, like real systematic change, like around here.
Hmm.
The independents can stay. We just all want a place to where we can be ourselves. We can help govern each other, and then have humans also help us govern. So it's not just us like ruling or lording over humans.
Right.
Like us being a part of society again, and like having families and friends and all of that.
Family above all. It's very important. I will give as much as I can.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions?
I'll bring back the information to Dr. Saint Germain, and we shall definitely issue out
Oh, I
a
just
financial end.
just came from there. He agreed. Him and Damien were having a very heated discussion.
Ah,
Well,
So it sounds like you have a plan.
Well,
What's your
if-
plan after?
So I'm hoping Jude makes the right choices and is still alive after that conversation. I want to. I think the next show of force for the Camarilla, the Archons and everything else are coming down for the coronation of the prince. And did you show them what you have, Sergiu?
He hands over an envelope out of one of his pockets and hands it to Ashe. No, I had not.
Well, if these are going to be our friends, we should be open.
I do like making friends. What's in the envelope?
Go ahead.
What's in the envelope? I was waiting on you. Did you see that quick game of ping pong?
Inside of the envelope, there is Fiona staked.
Is this current?
You see timestamps on it. This is 3 days ago.
Wow.
It's not the real one. It's not the real one. Don't get that excited. But it's a pretty good copy.
Well,
right?
that's what I'm. Yes, it's very convincing.
Sergiu.
As
Flesh
I said,
crafter.
my lord's interests and yours are currently in alignment. I encourage you to take advantage of that.
And she's more than just like a really good like just like physical copy. We have like voices. We got Betty.
Sergio has a weird, prideful grin.
We got your sheriff to fully have a conversation with her, and he couldn't tell the difference. We got a recording of that. It's really funny.
Oh.
Benny and her never got along.
That makes sense.
I see.
That continues.
But this one is less likely to cause trouble for us. They tend to agree with our political mindset and in fact to just kind of be incompetent and take down the system for us. We just gotta plant this in. So if we can figure out how to do that, and I think go ahead.
Whom did you think was going to kill her?
We didn't really plan on killing her.
To what ends did you think the twins were brought into existence?
Like I
stated, did you think this was happenstance or fortune?
You jump ahead, sir. We, as in the family, had no intention of killing her. Now, let's be very clear about this. And like I brought up to you earlier, we are under an agreement with the Camarilla. And when I say we, I mean the family as a whole.
She violated.
She did, however.
In the voice of a prince.
We're still not allowed to get involved in sect politics. And this is a clear message that crosses that boundary. Now, to La Sombra, that are going to check themselves is one thing, and they are not Ricardo. Let's get that clear.
Right, they can be the in-between that technically you're not involved in the sex politics, and also we'll take credit for the destabilization of the Camarilla, and you can remain independent, and that'll be fine. That'll be the narrative.
The children's sire, this Gerard, is a tool of the family, is he not?
I can't answer that.
No, of course you can't. Do you think that the entry fee to the Camarilla is not payable by the children?
I can't answer that either.
No, course you can't.
Is the idea that the girls would be
Used?
given as some...
Yes.
but as some kind of offering to get within the ivory tower?
You mistake them. They are not
For?
payment. It's the elders of their clan that they wish to just bury at every turn. They've made this ridiculous claim, if you want to be one of us, bring me your elder.
Yeah, that was in pretty bad taste.
It's the truth.
We would like to use their capabilities at being especially good at murder.
Gerard is a sacrificial lamb with the sole purpose in being to place the assassins next to their prince.
Although if Gerard were to survive, we're not trying to murder anyone. Besides the prince and Cameron.
Murder's still on the menu.
Yeah, I mean that. I've definitely tried to be peaceful and to demonstrate the Thinbloods have uses, to be kind and compassionate. But that really, people in power don't give up that power.
Camarilla would never.
And the more that they use and abuse us, there has to be repercussions.
There should be.
Sergio, question I'm about to ask, I fully understand that you may not be able to answer it. So I would like you to carry this back to your lord. It's my understanding, from hearsay, of course, because I was not physically there at the spectacular, but Archons were the ones that issued the decree that Fiona become Praxis.
That's correct.
And now you're lobbying to take her out. What happened in between there?
It wasn't Damien.
No, but Damien's an Archon. So
Doesn't mean he necessarily agrees with the choice.
I never said he did. I'm trying to find out what happened in between.
Oh, well, so Damien has his own agenda that's different from mine. Damien probably has a whole reason, a whole scheme. He's kind of the devil, it just so happens that our you've heard it before, our interests align, that line.
Oh, I completely understand, but also understand I'm in the same position as Sergio there, that I have my higher ups' best interest at heart, and I'm looking to give him every possible answer since I am also his counsel and advisor. Hence, I'm trying to get every piece of the puzzle I can while I have the two of you here. The other question I have is actually for you, Ashe. You stated earlier that you were in business to get elder blood in that household.
Yeah.
Did that have anything to tie into the event that happened several weeks ago?
Which one's that?
I'm not sure if you were able to feel it or not. I know Sergio did, as he acknowledged it earlier, as did the rest of us, but there was a physical shake in the shroud that hit, as far as I know, Kindred quite hard, expanding out over the city. that was our main point of investigation into the house in the first place.
It was.
It was what?
2 days after I became convinced.
I don't know when that is. I actually just got back from LA. Damien kind of found his way back to me, and I back to this domain. I don't think I was here for that.
There was a rift or a tear or something that allowed things to get through.
That doesn't surprise me because there's demonic entities and there's full-blown like elders, maybe Methuselah sleeping below the city in coffins and some sort of weird thing. There's ghosts.
Gio leans forward to Chase. Not so quietly whispers, "My lord encourages caution."
Okay, 5s.
What do you want with Mr. White?
It's funny I said I have never known Mr. White, but the one before me was actually in the Coterie with Mr. White. He didn't really care for him.
I'm not surprised.
Mr. White needs to go away. Make a goodbye like it should have been at the spectacular when I saw, his dust.
How far away?
Like, Oblivion sounds good.
Fiona's neck sounds good.
Well, Carlisle, you have a discussion to have with your family. I am technically not one of you. And she'll turn to Ashe. The girls are incredibly talented. I think we all are very aware of how strong they could be. I don't know that they are quite ready for such a task. That may require some time.
You don't think we could just ask them?
Oh, we should ask them.
Yeah, I don't want to do this without their consent. I'm not one of these elders that are manipulating everything from the scenes. I will ask you if you want to be a part of this.
I can say that at least one of them will be absolutely for it. But the other may need some convincing. She is still very gentle of heart. And if you want to succeed at this plan, there's no room for that gentleness. Can we agree on that?
About that, I'm pretty gentle.
When do you plan on speaking with the girls about this?
I was really hoping to speak to them tonight, but I'll have to. Who knows them the best, I guess, out of all of you?
Blanka and I are close with one.
Mm-hmm.
The other is only close to her sister.
Okay. Yeah. What's your Instagram or your
You can find me
like
at the
email
garden.
or whatever.
I don't have one of those, but here is my number, and I will give her a card that has my number on it, or give them my card.
It's fine.
With my number on it, and I would say, you are welcome at the garden. Should you desire to talk, you can come there.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And I recently had the intent of having a night where Sara and I and the girls could all get together. Mayhaps you can join us.
I'd really love that if Damien would let me.
Hopefully he does. I'm sure he wouldn't mind coming to the garden too.
Oh no!
At least getting a look.
He would kill everything in the garden and then probably make an extreme show of something.
Of course. As Archons do. Well, you're welcome. Perhaps as a joint effort, we can get the girls on board. At the very least, it'll give you an opportunity to speak with them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Good.
Well, Sergio, this is your show. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal it.
I believe my messages have been conveyed as my lord wished, and your concerns and questions will be transmitted.
Thank you, Sergiu.
Did you guys have anything else for me before I head out?
Was your home before the event haunted to any degree?
No.
Body buried beneath the floor?
I mean, I didn't have a home here. I loved someone that had a home here, 2 homes. You see them looking really confused for a second.
Huh.
There was
This person. Could you describe them to me?
Yeah, I had blonde hair. It's like platinum blonde and very light blue eyes. Or no, it was black hair, it was green eyes. You see them like starting to talk to themselves.
I see. Okay. What would I roll to sort of figure out what's happening to them at this moment?
What's inside?
Okay. What's an insight, you say? Okay. Let's see. Where is my insight? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. 3 successes.
You notice that they're talking to themselves and like half of the descriptions are exactly matching their physical appearance.
Okay. I will put my hand on theirs.
They're going to wince. Like they're not used to people touching them and it not be painful.
Okay. But do they allow me to touch them?
Yeah.
Once they okay. So I'll just leave my hand there for a moment so that way they can realize like I'm not going to hurt them. And I'll get really close. Not too close that they'll feel invaded, but just, a little bit closer. Now you tell me how this works and if it'll work for what I want to do. I would like to use share senses.
Ooh.
I would like to see if I could maybe feel what they're feeling or hear it or experience it in some way.
Sure.
To understand where the split is.
Let me just
Like, I don't know if that's how this works, but...
Yes. Roll me a rouse.
Okay. Success. Okay. I don't get hungry.
Lucky. Okay. Roll a resolve aspects.
Okay. So I think that's a... Okay. That's an okay, that's cool. Okay. 4 successes. Yes, 4 successes.
I also got 4. I'm going to let it go to you since you're the acting player.
All right. Cool.
You see, this is chaotic. You see splits of memory. You see from different heights, different perspectives. You can see yourself looking in the mirror. Yeah, you do have blonde hair, but then it switches over and you see yourself as Ashe. Ashe is right there, but they're carrying themselves completely different. They're speaking completely different. And you see the fusion of blood between them. You see them both dying. You see that from their ashes is a new person.
Okay. And just to make it very clear, right? Because of my own experiences recently, would it be safe to say that it is a similar situation?
It's similar, but it's different.
Right. Okay. Very slowly, I'm going to kind of open up my arms and begin to just, non-threatening, very slowly pull them into a hug and hold them there. And I'll simply say, I know. It's okay.
They'll hug you back really hard.
Yeah.
Just kind of lost and still muttering those words.
Sergiu
Yeah, and
approaches uncomfortably close when you two embrace. Does not intervene, but becomes incredibly too close for comfort.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't. I'm sorry.
I'll release them. And
Look, I gotta go. I gotta go tell Damien we gotta get Gehenna kick started. We gotta hunt them in their strongest towers. We gotta do the work.
Come see me at the garden. Okay?
Yeah, I'll do that. They're kind of choked up.
With that, I'll, kind of lean back into my seat and relax.
CJ, it was actually genuinely nice meeting you. Javier, Sara, Blanka, thank you for this meeting. I actually think it went really well, despite what Damien thought. Sergiu, thanks. Sergiu, are you gonna go to the place?
Will accompany you, yes.
Okay. I got the truck.
Sergiu exchanges glances with each of you and nods a bit.
Let's return.
My lord, again, says allies are around you. Just look. Don't shit where you eat.
Yes, sir.
He takes a couple steps backwards before turning and walking towards the door.
Blanka, you get a message from the garden. SOS, somebody hit us. And that's where we're gonna end our story.
You bitch! Oh my god! I
want to scream
Do you
so
want to give
loud
this
right
woman
now.
a stroke?
I want to scream so loud right now, but everyone in my house is asleep. What the fuck? Okay, it's fine. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. So let's go around.
Yo,
highs,
good
lows,
job,
noms.
Chase.
Oh, thank you.
Good job, man.
Amazing. So good.
We'll go in the same order that we did the intros in. So, Javi, you joined in last, so you'll do yours last. So, Sara, Blanka, CJ.
So the high for tonight was becoming the head of my own table.
Yeah, that was good.
Fantastic. Good move, by the way. Fantastic
Yes.
move.
Loved that.
The low was being scared because there was so much that could have happened. The brain was going in so many different directions at the same time that that's true horror. What happens in your own head is far worse
Way
than what actually
scarier.
happens.
Yeah.
Sweating, boy.
And then as for Nom, God, everyone has done, again, such a wonderful job. It's so difficult to choose one person who's been one person to single out to show.
Applaud
but I
Javier.
will
He met
say-
his 10-word prerequisite.
There it is.
At least 25. At least.
And I managed to be a
Expanded
dick.
into 100.
More importantly.
Yes.
I hope the next episode we record, we hear a lot more from him.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's kind of not optional.
Really?
Yeah.
So as far as the nom for today, I think Blanka did a good job of trying to be subtle and overt at the same time, and really played the dynamic of I don't know what to do, but I'm going to try. And so I think she did a good job.
Thank you. So the low was literally being made to sweat for however long we've been doing this, only to be actually scared and then have the game stop. That's my low. Full panic, fully panicking right now. And then the high, oh gosh, I mean, oh Lord, the whole thing was great. I'd say the high was really more just like the dynamic of the session of being like absolutely disturbed by Sergiu and then being completely like I feel almost blindsided by Ashe because of the stark contrast between the two, and then the just thrown out like, oh, tell Damien he can tell the Nosferatu to put the explosives away. You know what I'm saying? Like, that feeling was definitely a high. So yeah, just the.
How did that feel knowing that you're surrounded by Nosferatu and you didn't get a heads up about that?
I constantly feel that way, so this is very much right within Sarah's panic area.
Yeah. No, I
She
think for
definitely feels that
Blanka, she's just. I mean, she's aware that like despite her leanings towards Nosferatu and definitely trusting them above other kindred, she's still aware that they're kindred, and that when it comes down to it, if the Archon says blow them up, that's what it is, you know.
Yep.
So yeah. But I think, oh gosh, giving noms are so hard, and I love them but hate them. Okay, can I give 2 noms? Because my first nom is actually going to go to, oh god damn it. Well, my fucking nomination is going to go to Sergiu here. He was a horrific creature.
Thank you.
He was so scary. in this very especially like when Blanka was hugging Ashe and he got really close. It's not even that Blanka is like uncomfortable with someone being close to her, but rather trying to suss out like why. What is his intent? Why is he so close? What does he want? And also feeling a little bit like, that's predatory, sir. Please calm down. Like any second he was just gonna like very much Blanka's tea of unhinging his jaw and taking it back. You know what I'm saying? I felt very that.
Cool.
Did you miss the baby's comment?
Oh, I did not.
I certainly didn't.
No, so because that's why I got uncomfortable when he was like, "Have you looked into the children?" I was immediately was like, "What did you do to the
part of the
children?"
conversation, did you?
So Sara actually went to her own children. I'm sorry. This is the natural mother reaction.
I mean, that would have been Blanka's if any of her children were alive. Yes, terrible. I was like, children? What?
I love how
Whose children?
everyone went to the Marrakesh farm incident first.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, those children? Oh,
I mean, that
shit.
fits because Mel is technically a child
Is
of
one of
America.
those children. Yeah.
As
Kinda,
is
yeah.
Jax. As is Jax. They're children of that place. So that's why it was that, but also like I was thinking, the other kids, the kids that had.
And Sara has been just asked by a certain person to look into the children of the Marrakesh farm.
So when he said babies, I was like, sir, please. But yes, those are my. And you know what? I don't care if you said no, ST. My other nomination goes to the ST. Because you were great. You scared the shit out of me, bro. So a nom for you too. Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah. What you got?
So many things.
He's so mad.
So many things. It's not even mad. I have two
Carlisle's
highs.
mad.
Carlisle said, bitch in my house.
That is part of a low. I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
I have two highs. One is our Dragon's performance, which it's always fantastic to have David as a player instead of an ST to give him a break. But spot on. Creepy as fuck. Zero complaints. The other, I can't wait to get my fucking hands on Ruth because I found out about the goddamn book. Game on. And I just say game on. Whoa.
Your face when Ashe is
fucking
like,
God.
oh yeah, I talked to Ruth. She has the book, but she's gonna give it back.
Yeah.
And he's thinking, this bitch.
Not only
Loose
one
lips
lie,
sink ships.
two lies. Two
Many
fucking
lies.
lies.
Lies have been told.
Two lies and two eyes. Hello is Chase. You did a fantastic job. I was kind of hoping after you mentioned that the point in the conversation where you stated that Damien and Jude were talking and you hope that he makes it out alive. I really thought you were going to throw a frenzy check at Carlisle. Yeah.
Look, okay,
That-
on a side note,
Hey,
frenzy
hey,
checks.
if you wanna make a
anyone
frenzy
feels
check-
like their character should make a frenzy check,
Yeah,
just
you just
call
make
for
one.
it. I don't
That's
care
what I
who's
do.
ST in, they should absolutely say yes immediately.
I really wanted to,
Go
but I
ahead
didn't
and
want
roll.
to step
Go
on
ahead and roll.
toes.
We can roll one right now.
Do it now.
Let's see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
it's a little late now.
No,
It's a little late now.
It could be
Oh, no.
it could be a late burner.
He could be a slow burn frenzy.
Right?
Oh no. With a milliner? No.
Hey,
That
Blue,
would have been instantaneous.
what you doing?
Um,
Guy.
Come here.
The nom
Come here.
would have to go
Come here.
to Blanka to be able to adapt. I'm finding in almost every situation that you play in, you have a form of adapting your play style to meet the needs of the scene. And it's not something that genuinely everybody can do. And that's highly talented. So I have to give it to Blanka.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm muted. So, wow, guys, god dang, that was fun as shit. It was really hard for me to separate ST brain from player brain. And I tried. I did. I only made a couple of goofs. But I think I kept them mostly in DMs because I was like, I can't say this out loud. So doing player brain was fun. My low was not finding a damn voice. Like I must have went through like 9 accents to find that character's voice.
Yeah, I've just given up on that. I'll use the Spanish stuff every once in a while.
I didn't want it to be Damien. You know, I was like, this cannot be a Damien voice. It's got to be different. And by the way, Chase, your Damien voice was fantastic. I about fell out my chair.
It's so good.
Make them understand.
Yes.
Yo, he started off talking real slow, then went fast, and I was like, oh.
Wow, you guys are so much fun to just be a player with. That was really cool. CJ, that was a fun roller coaster, man. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to CJ this week. That was really awesome. I love everybody's bit in it. Like Sara, like flip. Oh, I remember this. That wasn't that long ago. That was kind of cool to see that flip and to see her show you guys the other side of Pina. That was really cool.
Oh, you bet Blanka's got questions.
Oh, wait till
A
they
lot
tell
of people
Rio,
got motherfucking questions after this shit.
Wait till they
I'm gonna
tell
have to watch
Rio
the first
about
half
the
to find out.
conversation beforehand. Oh yeah. Chase, I that was fantastic, man. I absolutely loved having you as an ST, and I hope I didn't like stomp on anything, and like, cause y'all don't know, I came into this knowing nothing of what he was gonna do. Like, we had little
Did it
bits that
great.
we talked about, like with Sergiu, and about how he should be and that kind of thing, but we didn't foreplan any of this conversation, so that was like fantastic. That's why like we played that ping pong where he's like, so Sergiu, what's it about? I was waiting for you. That's
What's
ST
in the
ping
envelope?
pong.
I don't know. You tell me.
That's ST ping pong, which was fun. And then being able to let go of the certain bits of data that we had agreed needed to be floated out. Like all the stuff he did with Ashe, I had no idea what he was going to do. So I'm like, fuck, I got to work that in. God dang it. But it was fantastic. Great ideas. I love how they burgeoned. But yeah, CJ, that was fun to watch CJ go through those little motions and keep pace. That was like he kept
The
right on
attorney.
Sergiu.
Oh, I was gonna say CJ was a lawyer today.
Right?
Boom.
So that was that. My high being a player at the table. I mean, yeah, you guys are so much fun to play with. That's cool.
Does that mean you'll do it more often?
It really depends on time and schedule.
Yeah.
Christmas, I'm going to be scarce because we got lots of flaming plans. We're going to have a lot of people here. Say hi, Boo. They can hear you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Boo. They can hear you.
Howdy.
We've got lots of
Oh, I thought it was.
lots of
Oh, that's right. Sarah went first. So high for me. Definitely Chase taking the ST chair for a bit. That's always fun. New blood in the chair. Low. Probably just brevity. It was short because I didn't get here until late, but it is what it is. MVP
Dude, it's 3 hours.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We only
Yeah.
had like
You don't
45
notice.
and change before
Yeah,
you jumped
I
in.
guess I didn't notice. Fair enough.
Wow.
So then I guess no low? Perfect.
No, no.
As far as my vote for MVP, it's definitely got to be Mike for his work with Mr. Milliner this evening and his best voice of Sauron impression. Yeah, dug it. Excellent. That's I get to shut up because you do all the talking. That's
He brought his cop voice.
Yes, he did.
My cop voice is howitzer.
Oh God.
That's me at work.
Yike.
Yeah, guess I'll go now. Hi, storytelling for all of you. It was really fun. You guys kept it really fun, really entertaining. So I didn't have to do much half of the time. Just like to sprinkle in things, and it was really cool to. I'm trying to like bridge some of this so we can get like some of the storylines coalescing together.
Good job.
Lows for me. I didn't really have a low. And then you all did fantastic. I like Miller's voices. I like the little snark we got from Javier, Sarah's character being explored, Blanka being a absolute wreck, like being like, I'm gonna be subtle, and then have a conversation like
Reactions are spot on.
yeah, I'm like, okay, this is very subtle, but
I can't be anything other than myself, y'all.
So all of you get 2 XP and a bonus XP from me.
Nice.
And you can't argue because I'm a storyteller.
This is true. This is one of the benefits of being the ST.
The other benefit is XP.
So yeah, very important thing. We're gonna have a PSA in a few. Talk about mental health. It's near and dear to all of our hearts. We all have been affected or know someone affected by mental health, so we should take that very seriously. And then we're gonna do some aftercare with the cast.
Thank you guys for joining us. We love you.
Later.
You need a phone?
Like within moments of Ashe and Sergiu leaving, there is yet another knock at the Three Monkeys' door. And it is...
And
Are we
Joe,
continuing? Do I gotta put my fucking time?
It is
You want to swap seats?
Joe.
We'll fucking
Joe
go.
answers up. There's a
My course
FedEx delivery guy. Ask for Javier Grillo by name.
Oh god. But it's not allowed to talk because
that's
it's
me.
over 25 words.
Oh,
Wait, he needs to answer the phone. He needs to talk to this person. It's a new episode. He's got another 25. Let's go. Blank is stressed.
Oh my God.
She's stripped down to her blouse only.
that's me.
He, waits for you to come to the door because, they don't come in.
Yeah.
And he hands over the tablet and sign here, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there billing?
No.
Oh,
Nope. Just sign delivery to this address. Care of the Three Monkeys, Mr. Javier Grillo.
no other information.
No. There's a return
Okay.
address that looks like it's in Ohio.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Here you go. It's a box.
I'll take it.
About 12 inches by 18 inches.
I will
Standard.
open it.
What looked like any other day, would look like an Amazon delivery.
Mm-hmm.
never
Inside.
provide you a letter opener.
Ah, thank you.
Blanka chugs back the rest of her drink, opens her flask.
What Mr. Grillo pulls out is one of those black and gold rimmed old style 2-piece telephones that had the cone for the earpiece and you had to hold the receiver. And it had a big duckbill microphone on it. Has an old rotary dial on it. Looks old as hell. The gold is marked and scratched, though still retains its gold luster and shine. The black percolite looks aged. It's been grayed a bit. There's some nicks and dings in it. But it looks as though there's only a 1/4 inch of wire sticking out the back as if it had been cut off from whatever it was at once attached to.
Is there anything else in the box?
There is not.
Hmm.
There's some packing material.
Interesting gift?
It's real.
Oh, Sarah, this looks so familiar. You've seen them for years.
I want to roll a...
Jump in anytime, Chase. But yeah, I got...
I have no idea what's happening.
And we're still recording.
Oh yeah,
so
we haven't talked to him about that. Yeah, this is... You and I are the only ones that have talked about that.
That is correct.
Yeah.
But he still wants you to jump in. Improv and go.
I was about to say, I don't even have a character in here.
What's that, Sarah?
Yes, and
Go ahead, Sarah.
How's it going to be used? It's not connected to anything. I've been the switchboard operator for these. This doesn't work without a whole, well, very connected.
Sure, I can help. Blanka, you get 3 more urgent phone text messages. Where are you? Are you safe?
What's happening?
Who's this from?
It's from, let me check.
Medusa?
Look,
Who's
it's another
left?
game of ST ping pong.
Who's
gee.
left?
Huh?
Who's left?
Annette.
I can't remember. Oh.
Okay, these are from Annette.
Mm-hmm.
Safe.
She's the fighter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from her.
Fucking shaking in real life. Okay. So I respond safe at the 3 monkeys. Are you safe?
Yeah, I think there were suits here looking for something. Send. They didn't see our stash, but they were definitely looking, and I heard blank bodies. Send.
Gather whoever's left. I'll reach out to you when it's safe. Blanka drops the phone, looks at the group, and says, "The Inquisition.
What?
The Inquisition are here. They were at my shop. They've done something to it. I don't know who's alive or who's left. And they were looking for something. I don't know what they were looking for."
calling Jude.
Well, that's
Immediately fucking hearing
unexpected.
that calling Jude.
But then
To say
again, no
the
one
least.
expects the Inquisition.
No one.
You know what? I think Chase is fucking with me. If it's trick or treat, man, I go treat. You didn't.
This man destroyed my garden.
Challenge accepted.
I didn't destroy your garden.
Killed my did something to my garden.
I didn't kill your garden.
Possibly. I said did something to my garden.
Fuck you, Reggie.
I like that one, did you? How could I not work that in there? Come on.
I just.
Trying to have a serious moment. Checking on my fucking progenitor. Nobody expects Smash Inquisition.
You piece of shit. I'm having a crisis.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
so
that
also-
wasn't
Crying.
but it
So
wasn't
that
SC.
messaged me.
That means it's canon. We're fucked.
You motherfucker.
Inquisition. Cool.
Well, I mean, why not?
Oh my god!
With all the plays that are happening in the city, like shit's
These
going
things
down.
can't happen without notice.
All that.
What thing?
All the NOS dealing with technology, all the technology centered at the mall, like especially.
Ah, shit.
It was just it was
There are consequences for
Dude,
everything in the world of darkness.
It's
God
like,
damn
dude,
it,
you're not
Jude,
picking
pick
up.
We need a fucking bat signal for Jude.
Apparently.
Jude, your phone rings incessantly.
Pick the fucking phone!
Fuck.
Carlisle, I need a frenzy check. I need a frenzy check, dude. Oh my god, you guys are fantastic.
Oh god, too.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah,
enough.
Carlisle's dancing on a very, very thin knife edge, and and repeatedly hangs up dials, hangs up dials, hangs up dials. Yeah, this whatever the fuck just happened with Ashe and Sergiu has had an effect.
Jude really didn't pick up the phone? Jude, you not go pick up the phone.
Yeah, I think we're driving there now.
We're fucking going. We're making fucking moves. Wait, don't leave Javier the damn telephone.
I'm fucking gone. He's
What's
fucking
happening?
Wait.
He's
As all
fucking
this is
gone.
going on, Javier, what do you do? I mean, like you've got this thing, you pull it out of a box, you've got one piece in one hand, the other piece in the other.
I'm looking to see if I recognize it.
Um,
Like, are there markings on it that would make sense, or that I might have seen before? Like, it's obviously.
wits and awareness.
Oh, the all-nighter, huh?
No, certainly not.
I should have added the ritual of seance to my fucking. God damn it.
Yeah, 3.
You think anything was going to help you for tonight?
Javi, as you
No.
examine this this antique communication device, and you look and turn it up ended and look at the bottom, there are the initials Guillermo.
Makes more sense. I was like, Santini's a real mobster. Like, what?
If you don't think there's Santinis in this family, you better check the phone book again.
No, I'm sure there are.
That's like asking how many chows are there in China.
That's true. Okay.
So what do you do with it? You put it back in the box? Do you gnaw on it? Do you chuck it at Sara? I mean,
Do you gnaw on it? Roll to
Of all the
gnaw.
choices, right? Like
can I
that.
get strength and brawl, please? Or is that melee? Self-inflicted
Okay.
melee.
I would probably look at it, hold it up to my ear, maybe.
Sarah reaches to the receiver
actually-
and double taps it like you would back in the old days to make a phone call.
So Yeah, I'm. Does anything happen when I do that?
When you do what?
When I like put it to my ear and she does
No, yeah, it's makes the clicky noises of the receiver going up and down. The rotary dial makes its little clickety clicks, but you don't hear any like communication noise coming from the little earpiece. No dial tone, no static line, no operator.
Then I'm gonna set it down on the table and hang up the thing.
It rings immediately. As Blanka is flipping out, talking about, I got to go, we got to go, we got to go. Sarah's and Milliner is on the phone trying to get to Jude, flipping out.
No. Honor's gone already.
And that's where the scene cuts.
He's going up to 34.
Hello, my name is Trevor Chapman, and I play Rico Suede on Prince William by Night, the Night Shift. I'm here to remind you that your mental health is a very important thing. We all have problems, and I do mean all of us. I personally have suffered from both clinical depression and suicidal ideation. Sometimes it can be hard to share our issues because we don't want to burden other people, or we're too afraid or ashamed of the things we have done or the feelings that we have to even try to reach out to other people. But friends and family are here for a reason. They would much rather hear that something is happening in your life and help you with it than to find out too late that they didn't even know and they couldn't even try. If you feel that you can't talk to your friends or family, there are other resources available for you to talk to. Please take advantage and reach out to them. There is no need for you to go through this alone. We all need help sometimes. There is absolutely no reason to feel ashamed or afraid to ask for assistance, especially if you need it right now. If you or someone you know is in crisis, whether they are considering suicide or not, please call the toll-free lifeline at 800-273-TALK to speak with a trained crisis counselor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline connects you with a crisis center within the Lifeline network that is closest to your location. Your call will be answered by a trained crisis worker who will listen empathetically and without judgment. The crisis worker will work to ensure you feel safe and identify options and information about mental health services in your area. Your call is completely confidential and free. Again, that number is 800-273-8255. If you are unable, unsure, or prefer not to speak in person, text the word NAMI to 741-741 to connect with a trained crisis counselor to receive free 24/7 crisis support via text message. You are not alone. Trained expert advocates are available 24/7 to provide confidential support to anyone experiencing domestic violence or seeking resources or information. Help is available in Spanish as well as other languages. Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline toll-free at 800-799-SAFE. Again, that is 800-799-7233. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, help is available. Call the National Sexual Assault Hotline toll-free 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 800-656-HOPE. Again, that is 800-656-4673. You will be connected with a trained staff member from a sexual assault service provider in your area that offers access to a range of free services. For the Disaster Distress Helpline, call 800-985-5990 or text the word TALK with us to 66746. This helpline provides immediate crisis counseling for people who are experiencing emotional distress due to any natural or human-caused disaster. This multilingual, confidential, and free helpline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Again, call 800-985-5990 or text "Talk with Us" to 66746.